You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this month's show, we're celebrating the season while talking about an all-time adultitis fighting success story and sharing how to keep your childlike sense of wonder alive all year long.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. This episode is brought to you by people like Julie Brown, Jackie Ward, Mary Eickemeyer, Jody Jensen, and Tom Plummer. Their membership in the Wonder and Whimsy Society supports us in this work to fight adultitis. Thank you, guys.
Yes, if you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, learn about the Wonder and Whimsy Society, or be among the first to know about our newest offerings, become an insider at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe.
Indeed.
Hey,
let's
happy
raise
holidays.
a toast. Let's raise a toast.
Take that adultitis.
Take that adultitis. We're here. I got an email from Amy, who is on tonight, I believe, and she said, I have too many things, I'm too busy, I have too many things to do, and that's exactly why I'm going to be here tonight. So I appreciate that. I'm sure many, many people feel the exact same way, and that's what, it's a busy time of year, and there's a lot of stuff.
Everybody's list, are you guys doing the same thing where your list just kind of keeps getting transferred to the next day? You're like, that wasn't a one-day list, that was a week-long list. But you guys are looking so good. Oh my gosh, when you started to filter in, our hearts were just growing 3 times the size as we saw all your fun hats and saw your little, jingling around with the little tunes we had. Yeah, so thank you for being here.
It's a festive crew. In fact, I think I need to take a little screenshot here if I can.
Okay, get ready,
Let's see if I can do this.
Aw, we got.
Okay. All right, everyone. On the count of 3, I'm gonna take your shot. So if you want to smile, that would be great. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
All right.
And I know Kara asked, was Ro playing live? No, that was like the 3rd take.
She was playing live about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah,
that's when that.
It is very fresh, but not live because, as you can imagine, it's kind of nerve-wracking. So she did really good, and we have a recital that we're hosting at our house next Friday night with 5 other homeschool families. There are going to be about 30 people here. So they're getting down to crunch time with their song. So she was really close, but she's still got a week to go.
Well, they're going to perform for the grandparents who are coming tomorrow night.
Yes,
so it's kind of
true.
Preview edition. But, this is, like we said, a busy time of year. We know what that's like. We have... however it worked out, I'm still not sure, but all 3 of our kids were born in about a 3-week window from November 30th to December 19th.
It's kind of cute, though. They all get their own week, so they literally...
Yeah, it works out. All right. we are in birthday season right now, so it's not just Christmas season, Advent, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. We have birthday season. So literally this afternoon, my job was to make the cakes for each kind of little tree. Yeah, I don't do it all. Sorry, but yes, the decorating of the cakes happened today. Yeah, and they turned out really cool. I counted that this was my 35th, 36th, and 37th birthday cake that I have.
A legit amount of cake.
Now done. So
yeah, well, you had a good example. Walt's here tonight. Jason's dad. He was the decorator in your house, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was kind of something you grew up with. But yeah, you got a picture going.
Yeah. So this is how it starts. It takes a while for the kids to decide what they want on their cake. So then when that happens, I then have to decide to find some art, and it's a little tricky because, you know, working in frosting is a little bit different than working in oil paints. You don't have quite as much detail. Yeah. So that requires a little bit more simplistic designs. Yes. I guess you could say.
Can you guys tell what they picked this year and maybe even guess? Like,
that's a good question.
What?
Yeah.
Lucy's is probably going to be the hardest. That was a last minute decision that she came up with last night. So, if anybody has any guesses,
so here's how it goes. Let's see, what do I have? Oh yeah, so here's the finish, and this is, I guess, the spoiler. Lucy, who is 15, she picked Joan of Arc. Was her birthday cake. She wondered if Joan of Arc has ever been on a birthday cake before, and
it's hard
to say. I don't think you'd find it in the local grocery store, that's for sure. And Ben picked Ant-Man. Ant-Man was his. I tried to get him to go with the idea of doing the small Ant-Man. So it'd basically be one color cake with a little speck in the middle of it, and I'd say that's like the little Ant-Man.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, okay. He's right. He's running across the cake. He wasn't buying that. And then Virginia Rose, who was Rocket Raccoon for Halloween this year, picked Rocket, and then she convinced me to get a second character in there with Baby Groot.
She's got him wrapped around her finger, you guys. She got 2 characters on her cake. Yeah. Can I have Groot too?
She pretty much gets whatever she wants. I'll admit it. So there's Lucy and Ben, and then there's Ginny with her.
They turned out really good.
So
they're always hard to eat because they're so cute, and then we always have this fun thing where we let them pick which piece out of the cake they want to eat. And that always gets kind of interesting. So you could be like, I want his eye. And then you're like cutting it inside and getting it out. So that's always kind of a fun tradition too.
Dave says Joan of Arc was on a steak. Oh. Okay. Well, you know, that is kind of interesting when the candles are lit. And then it's really going to be realistic. Too soon.
Always too soon.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a fun show planned tonight. Of course, Wonder and Whimsy Society folks, we'd encourage you to join us for the after party afterwards. That'll be on Zoom, and it'll give us a couple minutes to log in there, but the details are in the private group. But I have... we're going to go start off with the Grinch theme. Mm-hmm. All right. So
by the way, do you guys like this? This is like my big find. I know.
It's pretty good.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. And in a little bit, we're going to do our show and tell. So if you forgot or didn't know, we're going to ask if anyone has a favorite ornament or holiday decoration they'd love to share. And if you have one nearby, if you have a chance to grab it in the next few minutes, we're going to be doing that shortly. But first, let's go back into the time machine.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're getting Grinchy tonight, and I have some fun facts that I bet you didn't know all of.
I bet you're right.
Which is kind of interesting. So, the Grinch, which was created, of course, by Dr. Seuss, Theodore Ted Geisel is his real name. That's not one of my little facts. But there he is right there. The Grinch first appeared in a poem in Red Book, of all things, in 1955, called The Hubbub and the Grinch. In 1957, he decided to take the Grinch and put him in the center of his own book, which was based on Dr. Seuss feeling fairly Grinchy himself about Christmas at the time, due to his wife's ill health and the fact that he thought the holiday was becoming too much about presents. So, a little self portrait there. Here's a fun thing. So, the original animated special was animated by Chuck Jones. And if you don't know Chuck Jones, he was a huge Looney Tunes. He basically, his depiction of Bugs Bunny and what we think of Bugs Bunny is, and many of the Looney Tunes characters, is thanks to Chuck Jones. And it's kind of fun to see the animation of the Grinch. We just watched it, 2 nights ago? Again. And just brilliant. The animation is great.
Which then we showed the kids Bugs Bunny. Our kids really didn't know.
They didn't know who Bugs Bunny was.
Was.
That's a fail. That's a parenthood fail.
But they actually loved him pretty immediately. That was kind of cute.
Yeah.
I was like, is this outdated?
Holds up.
They didn't care.
He's kind of mean though. He's kind of mean.
He is kind of mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
He just messes people up. Poor Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd. Okay, so what's another little fun fact is that Ted and Chuck Jones worked together during World War II. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
They actually collaborated together on training cartoons that they worked on for the military. It was Private Snafu series of training cartoons, and they were lighthearted ways to try and teach and inform new soldiers.
Oh, wow.
So that's how they got connected, which was pretty cool. Here's another fun fact. Dr. Seuss wrote all of the lyrics to the songs in the show, and the kids just love the, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, with was it garlic in your soul or whatever?
Yeah,
it's great.
The lines are awesome. Yeah.
But Dr. Seuss wasn't particularly musical, so the that deep voice that you're a mean one, that is by Thurl Ravenscroft, who is actually the original voice of Tony the Tiger as well.
I recognize him. Yeah.
Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger, or
no, this guy?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. That was pretty cool. And then the narrator of in the Grinch, not the song, but the narrator and the Grinch is the same voice, and that is the voice of Boris Karloff, which, if you don't know, is the guy who played Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
And he also played the Mummy in those old Hollywood or those old monster movies.
Classic names.
Pretty cool. I don't have the number in front of me, but this came out after the Charlie Brown Christmas with Charles Schultz, and the budget for theirs was way higher. Like they were trying for the Grinch. So CBS was trying to match, and they saw the success of the Charlie Brown one, and so they tried to take it to the next level, and you can tell the animation is like next level.
What year did it come out?
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know that.
We'll see who can find
1966. 1966.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
All right, what else do I got? So even though this special was only 25 minutes long without commercials, the book is not actually long enough for that. So the action scenes were used to stretch out the story. So the section where Grinch and Max are going down Mount Crumpet and that whole scenario is basically filler to fill time, but was done. I love actually very well,
towards the beginning where the Who's are getting all their festivities ready, and they have their instruments, and they have there's almost like a parade thing going, and that's one of my favorite parts.
One of my favorite parts that I noticed the other night is when he's going down Mount Crumpet, and I think it's at the end when he has this change of heart, and they're all around the Christmas tree, and you can just see in the distance all the Who's are lined up, and when he goes down, 4 of them go out as if they're a gate. They just open up and then let him in, and they're all connected like they're a little fence, and then they close back up once the Grinch gets in there. So
now knowing that he was kind of going through some holiday blues, especially thinking about it being maybe too present focused, the story means more to me because it really is basically they had Christmas without the presents, and that was kind of the whole point at the end, right?
Yeah,
so
don't need the presents.
Yeah, it still came.
So one more little fact, and this one I did like a wait, seriously? So the in the book, the Grinch is white.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have they changed that since?
To be green? I don't know. They may have done redones, I'm sure,
Helen
redos.
says yes,
but
she knows.
Back when the animation came out, color television was still fresh and exciting. So they wanted a color special. And it's the TV special where the Grinch was first colored green and has become canonical for the character.
Wow.
That was
interesting.
Yeah.
They just thought it would be more visually, or, give them a
more
brand.
Flashy, yeah. So I would imagine Dr. Seuss signed off on that. It was like, what color? Would you imagine if he was like
big decision.
Blue or orange, I mean, it makes sense with the green for Christmas. But you were just saying the other day how this sort of color, lime green now has become adopted as a Christmassy color.
I was in Hobby Lobby and there was a whole aisle with this color, and it was like there was a lot of Grinch stuff in that aisle, and it's almost become like its own section of decor with this color, which I think, who knows if it's like inspired by the Grinch or who knows. But
because traditionally the green was more of a pine green to fit like the Christmassy tree, that kind of vibe. So
that's interesting.
And wreaths and whatnot. So some fun facts. Anything that stood out to you there about the Grinch?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat to know that they were kind of looking to match or beat the Peanuts special. So that's kind of an interesting thought process.
Yes.
I'm curious where the success of this book was with Dr. Seuss's other successes. So,
that's a good question.
Was this kind of at the early part of his...
Well, and I was reading his biography a year or so ago, and I was amazed to learn that Cat in the Hat and the Grinch, he was really far in his career before those took off. Like he had done a lot of books and was... He made a pretty good living as an illustrator and things like that, but the fame and the mega success happened way later. So it was kind of interesting. So there's hope for all of us,
We've been talking about the Grinch ever since we started our business because he really is the ultimate success story when it comes to adultitis, and it's kind of cute to know that maybe it was even part of that with the origins of the story.
Yes.
With the actual author. So that's cool.
Pretty cool.
It looks like someone's wondering if you have a bell around your neck.
I do. This, actually, a little shout out. I think she's here. Julianne, I believe, is here. This is the little, I got your box. I actually got it several days ago and I was saving it. And so after.
The best things for last.
Yeah, I just want to savor it. And so the Wonder and Whimsy Society, we have this Secret Santa swap that we do every year, and it is just so cool to see everybody's share their things that they got and how serendipitous some of the things that people put into the little boxes are. And so after I got done with the birthday cakes, I opened up my box and just was delirious about the things in there, Julianne. The socks.
He presented them all to us at dinner, so. The little Funko Pops. She got them like these tiny little Funko Pops, you guys. They're like this big. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know where you found them.
Julianne, you found those.
Okay. Well, he's
standing right behind me. He found them. Hey, how about this? And I said, that's perfect.
Thank you, good sir. Those were awesome. And I'm wearing one of the little bracelets. Let's see, here it is that your daughter made. Those are so awesome. Tell her thank you for me for those.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
She's sleeping right now. I will let her watch this video tomorrow, and she will be very excited that you're wearing it.
I love it. This one, well, there are two of them in particular that were Wonder and Whimsy colors. So I'm like, well, I'm wearing this. So that's awesome.
And Julianne also found Ferris Bueller socks, you guys. So I've never seen Ferris Bueller socks.
It was pretty good. Pretty good job. So thank you.
Well, speaking of Santa swaps, my Santa swapper's on here tonight too in the cowboy hat. That's a pretty rad hat there, Nick Hawley.
Oh yeah, I've never seen a hat like that, but that is a keeper.
And speaking of hats, this was one of the things in my Santa swap, which is awesome. I don't know if you could tell it's lighting up, but it is. And
how much butterscotch schnapps did you put in here, Kim?
I know. I did put a lot of schnapps in there.
Hot chocolate with butterscotch schnapps. Recommended.
Thank you, Nick. I had so much fun just going through each thing, and I sent you an email. Hopefully you got it. With some of the thoughts on the specifics. So there's some neat moments in my box where it ended up being one of my hearts for the day, which was super serendipitous. And so I appreciate you putting some really neat things in there for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Okay, so now it's time for some show and tell. Let's get some of these lovely folks on here. So who has an ornament or a holiday decoration that they would like to share? Oh, good. We got Jennifer DeRitter. Let me get you up here. Add spotlight. All right, Jen, what do you got to share with us?
Okay, so a couple of weekends ago, we had our what we call the mistletoe race for the Y, which means I get up at 5:30 in the morning to make s'mores with kids. And so as a treat afterwards, we went to an art festival, and I must have been full of sugar, because I was buying a lot of crafts, but it was people's home, like things they made at the local, it's called the Sawtooth Art Center, and I take some classes there, and it just brings me joy because people are sharing their skills. And I bought this tree, and she lights up. You can't tell she's lighting up. She's got little holes in her. So she's got lights in her. And I bought it from a woman, and she's been making them in her pottery class. And I didn't know this, but my friend is also in the pottery class, and he's like, she's been working so hard on those. I found out afterwards, but I bought it, and it's real cute because it's got the leaning over, and so it's very sweet.
Whimsy.
And as I purchased it, she started crying, and I was like, it's okay. And she's like handing it to me. She's like, wait, I have to wrap it. She said, you're the first person that's ever bought anything from me.
Aww.
And this is the first sale I've ever made. And so then I bought 2 more trees because this made my Grinch heart grow big after I was tired.
Yeah, you have a Grinch heart, Jen. Yeah.
I was tired, and it just brought me joy to bring her joy, and her joy to bring me joy. And I bought them. I've been giving them as gifts for people. And so
they're beautiful.
It was a really beautiful moment. So
that's so cool. That's a perfect thing to share. Thank you, Jen. Wow. Appreciate that.
I think all of our hearts just grew 3 times the size. Thank you for that.
Well, and that's a thing. That is a real thing. That reminds me of
I knew you were going to talk about this.
Do you remember? I remember it was a craft show.
Yeah.
And the first person, it was a woman. I think she was a teacher, and she bought a little 8x10 matted print, a Kim and Jason print for her classroom or something like that. And it was the first person besides my parents or your parents who bought something of mine. And that may have been the only thing I sold that entire craft show. But boy, that's like a legit thing when it's like
deal.
You don't have to buy anything, and you're actually choosing to. That's like the next level. So
that's cool.
Super cool. Okay, Martha and Rich, what do you guys got for us tonight? Who's playing with us?
So we both are. We both are.
Okay, good.
We each have one. So somebody talked last at the Wonder Whimsy thing about how when they travel, they like to buy little, ornaments, Christmas ornaments when they travel. And we like to do that. But also when we travel, we try to find Christmas crushes. So, and so we have many, many crushes in our house. And one of my favorites is one that Rich brought back from a trip from Mexico. I'm not going to show all the figures, but they're these clay figures that have a lot of personality to them.
Oh, yeah.
And so this has pride of place on the top of our mantelpiece. So this is one of the favorite crushes. And so that's one of I have many of those, but this is probably my favorite. So
now, when you say crushes, do you mean like stuff you like love, like fall in love with, or what do you? Am I hearing it right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, crush. Okay, gotcha.
Sorry,
crush. I thought you said crush. I'm like in love. Like okay, got it. Got it.
How about just nativity scenes?
Yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
With the multiple figurines and all of
Yep.
that, the wise guys and the shepherds and all those people.
Nice.
Got it. Thank you.
When they always ask the question, if your house was on fire, what would you grab? I would grab our 5 boxes of Christmas decorations or more. So because they all have stories and memories and from travels and family and growing up. But I'm of Swedish heritage, and I have from way back decades ago in our family, there are 2 entities that guard the Christmas tree and guard all the presents. And so we have in our house, and this has been in my family since I was a little kid, this is a Yule buck. And the Yule buck sits beside the Christmas tree and guards the presents.
Okay.
And he's anyway,
and then he has a partner. And in Scandinavian culture, and specifically Swedish culture, there's a creature called a tomten. And so we have this guy that helps guard our tree as well. And he's a friendly guy, and he's probably about 1.5 feet tall. And so the 2 of them are ever present by our tree every year and have been for decades, and just are sort of symbolic of history and culture and family and memories and just joy. And so I'm the kind that every morning I come out and say, good morning. And at night I say, good night, you guys. So this is my Scandinavian heritage.
That's so cool. I love that you. So is that character? Is he like in your culture? Like, is he a giant? What's his story? What's
No, he's like a little dwarf.
They're like a little gnome.
Oh, okay.
They're like little gnomes.
Like a little gnome guy, but he's very friendly and carries a light to help people along their way, and he helps protect the home and tree.
I think they can be a bit mischievous too.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Sort of like
they can be a little mischievous.
Awesome.
Shenanigans.
Well, that's some great stuff. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate that.
This is so cool. It's like we're stepping into everybody's house for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, let's go to Paul and Kara out in Arizona.
Beautiful Arizona.
I hear it's snowing out there today.
Nope, not even close.
Oh, yeah. Not right now, but I want to introduce you to my little Santa. And some of you may remember him because I brought him for show and tell to the summit a couple of years ago. But you guys, I got this as a gift. I want to say it was my 3rd birthday. Like, I've had this little guy almost my entire life, and he has a little bell.
He looks like he's in good shape.
I know.
He is in really good shape.
Nice.
So, yeah. So he's obviously very special to me because just because I've had him for so long, and it's kind of cool because I actually have a picture from that Christmas with him under the tree and me sitting on like my little tricycle or whatever. So it's just it's
we need to
super
see that
cool.
picture.
Yeah, I know. I'll find it and I'll post it in the league.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
that's cool.
He has like the really like the 70s long leg kind of thing going, which is where like we had elves like that, which now it's like Elf on the Shelf, but back then it was just elves,
Yep.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Awesome. Thank you.
Aww.
That is did you say does he have a name?
He doesn't. He's just like little Santa.
Okay.
Aww. I love it. I'm picturing 3-year-old Kara opening that up. It's bringing me so much joy.
He's my guy. He's my guy. That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing. Paul, did you have something? We didn't want to cut you off.
I don't think he did. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. How about Scott and Sharon?
Hello.
Ooh, look at Scott. Is that a tie I see? Little Christmas tie. Nice.
I'm very formal today.
You look good.
Okay, I have my you can see it, my little gypsy.
Oh yeah.
She dancer.
Okay, what's the story?
Actually, a pen pal sent this to me, and because I'm into gypsies and stuff, and so It just means a lot to me, and I keep it on my wall all year long. But Scott also has an ornament.
Aw. So it's one you keep around. It doesn't get put away.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to represent the nerds out there. Here's my Belmar. It has the old school Enterprise, Next Generation, and the Klingon Bird of Prey.
There you go. Does that come out of the box, or are you keeping it in mint condition?
Things don't come out of the box.
Okay, okay.
I'm representing the nerds.
Yep, that's all right. It's all right.
Are they very tiny? I mean, that box.
They got to be little
Yeah,
tiny.
they're the tiny miniatures. Yeah.
That's so cute. Talk
Awesome.
about whimsy. Aw.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
that.
Sharing. I love it.
Let's see. We got time for maybe one or two more, I think.
I saw Angela holding something up when she came on for
All right,
the picture.
let's get to
Was
Angela.
that your show and tell, Angela?
It was. I didn't have Christmas attire, so I thought I would hold this up. So it kind of shows that I'm not.
Don't tell us your secrets.
I don't decorate. I don't have a tree. I don't do anything. And someone told me I was a Grinch, and I'm like, I'm not. I enjoy other people's decorations. It doesn't mean I have to decorate. But this has some music with it. My nephew, who is now 34, was at the grocery store with his mother, who's my sister. And he said, Mom, we've got to get that for Aunt Angie. And she said that, okay, well, we can, actually, he said, I want to buy that for Aunt Angie. Mm-hmm. And my sister says, okay, we'll put it in the cart and we'll get it for her. And he said, no, Mom, I want to buy it for her. I want to spend my money and I want to buy it for her. So I've kept that for a very long time because my nephew wanted to get it for me on his own.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Significant.
Was there a certain thing about it that was like, this has name all over it?
At the time I was collecting Santas. So he saw the Santa and said, oh, she needs this for her collection.
There you go. Which is all you need when you're that's how kids work. Point. Yeah. That's cool.
Do you know how old do you remember how old he was?
I think he was about 8.
Okay. Aww.
Yeah, that thing on eBay now is worth $7,000. So that's the fun.
Look it up, Aunt Angela. Yes. Or can we call you Angie now?
Yeah.
You can call me Angie. You can call me Angela. I just say Angela because you can't confuse that as well as you can Angie. Because if I say Angie, people think I say Sandy or Nancy or some other name. Like so I just say Angela to try to make it clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
Well, your dad would always say, "Just don't call me late for dinner." Mm-hmm. Right? That was one of his lines. So. All right. Thank you, Angie. We appreciate it. All right, Amy. Well, we're gonna end on you here, so we can get to some of the other stuff we have going on. But Amy, it is great to see you. What do you got to share with us tonight?
Can I break a rule and give my turn to Jennifer because my ornament from her isn't here yet?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Get out of here. I'm gonna kick you off. All right, where's Jennifer? Let's see. Okay, Jennifer. Oh, she is festive.
Look at how festive you are. I saw your Facebook picture. So cute.
Let's get the mute.
Okay, we'll get you unmuted here.
Okay, I'm here.
All right.
So actually, it's kind of perfect that Amy sent it over to me. Riley's with me too, even though she's hiding in the background.
Hi, Riley.
But Riley came up with this. She's over here. But came up with this game. So we have this Snoopy.
Aww.
So she came up with this game. It's called Getting Snooped. So we will be doing stuff in the house, and if you get the Snoopy, and the other person, okay, she's going to demonstrate.
Say you in the living room, you're on your phone. You're on your phone right now, and I do this. You got Snooped. Now you got
Oh, she's gone. You got Snooped.
You've got Snooped. And we've been keeping track. I'm going to move away from the music. But I just got Snooped, so I'm losing this game. So, so that's been our
sort of like tag. Is it kind of like a tag? Okay.
Yeah. So Ronnie is absolutely enjoying the game. Let me just tell you.
Oh, I bet. What I know of him, I'm sure he loves it.
Yeah. So
We did it by
there's the.
Oh, you got a scoreboard.
This is legit.
Wow. Wait, who is that losing? Is that losing? Got Lev in there?
Me.
Oh,
losing a lot.
You're getting hammered.
I still don't really get it. Like,
so you have to, like, when they're not paying attention, when you're not paying attention, you go in and you turn the thing on and you run away.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
and usually you say, you just got snooped.
Okay. And this is totally, where did this get inspired, do you think, Jennifer?
I'm gonna snoop Dad really quick.
Dad's sleeping. Don't snoop Dad. Riley just came up with it randomly. So this year. So we have a bunch of Snoopy and Peanut stuff. Oh my gosh, she just got me again.
You know,
is there a way to prevent getting snooped? I don't understand.
There's a force field? No.
No. I mean,
there is a curfew. There is a curfew time after 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, let me plant this for you. In about, well, I don't know how many years it'll be, but when she is gone to college and she comes back for Christmas, you can pull that out and snoop her, and she will have forgotten.
Go to her college dorm room and snoop her
randomly. There'll be an opportunity there. So.
Middle of August. So.
All right.
Very playful. I love it. For you guys.
Thank you for sharing. That was a tremendous. That is a tremendous show and tell. I love it.
A lot of shenanigans.
All right.
Aw.
Good job, you guys.
And feel free if you want to share a picture of yours in the league. If we didn't get to, we have a lot more show. We want to be mindful of people who are in different time zones. So we'll keep the show moving. But feel free to put a post with your show and tell in the league so we can see yours too.
Yes. So let me. I'm very excited to reveal the world premiere of monologue.
Yes.
Of a painting called Evening Show. So enjoy.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
A clear night sky is a thing of beauty, with millions of stars blinking silently overhead. It's a pity we rarely notice them. In an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David is speaking with a receptionist at a law firm who has a spectacular view of the city behind her. Beautiful view here. How long did it take you to take it for granted? She replies, not long, I guess. He candidly admits, it'd take me about a day, maybe less, maybe half an hour, and I would never look out the window again. How quickly we take wonder for granted. This painting was inspired by a passage I read in the book The Sense of Wonder by conservationist Rachel Carson, who wrote about a summer her grandnephew visited her cottage in Maine, and together they wandered the surrounding woods and tide pools. She recounted a particular evening when they gazed in awe at one of those breathtaking night skies. She wrote, "It occurred to me that if this were a sight that could be seen only once in a century or even once in a human generation, this little headland would be thronged with spectators. But it can be seen many scores of nights in any year, and so the lights burned in the cottages, and the inhabitants probably gave not a thought to the beauty overhead. And because they could see it almost any night, perhaps they'll never see it. Because they could see it almost any night, perhaps they will never see it." This painting takes its inspiration from those lights burning in the cottages, with the inhabitants giving not a thought to the beauty overhead. But what if a party of giant glowing jellyfish appeared above your town and put on a light show? Surely that would get your attention. But what if it happened every year, every week, every night? How long would it take before everyone stopped caring? Not as long as you'd think. Apollo 11 landed on the moon. It was a huge source of national pride. 500 million people were glued to their television sets watching the historic achievement. 9 months later, 9 months, flights to the moon had already become boring. By the time Apollo 13 came around, the television networks didn't even bother covering the launch or broadcast the live video of the crew from space because they felt there wasn't enough interest. Nobody wanted their soap operas or game shows interrupted by another group of heroes doing what most people had never done before. Only until Apollo 13 got in trouble did anyone care again. We grow numb to wonder. Look around you. What are you taking for granted? What are you missing? Be honest. When was the last time you gazed at the stars? Stood in awe at a sunrise bursting forth color on the horizon? Sat in silence amidst the peace of a placid snowfall? I don't know about you, but I am disgusted by this propensity to grow numb to wonder. But can we do anything about it? Fortunately, Rachel Carson shows us a way. She writes, "One way to open your eyes to unnoticed beauty is to ask yourself, what if I had never seen this before? What if I knew I would never see it again?" One painting, two powerful questions to remind us to keep our eyes peeled for the wonder all around us.
I like this one.
Thank you.
Yes. We had a heart-to-heart a couple days ago because I'm not letting Jason sell this painting. It was for sale at Wonder Night, and it didn't sell. And then I was very happy when it came home, and then we just kind of had not talked about it. And then he was getting ready for the show and putting the monologue together. I was like, uh-oh, are you going to sell the painting? And so we were talking about it, and so now it's going to stay here.
At least for a while. Yeah, it was interesting because the original didn't sell, but we sold out of the mini prints.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, and that was one of the ones that people came up to me afterwards and they said that was their favorite. It really resonated, and so it's
and I had not, it just like you guys, which is really kind of funny, I didn't know the story behind it until Wonder Night. So that night, here we are, I'm hearing the story for the first time. It's going for sale. For all I know, it's sold. I'm like, I love this story, and I kind of want this painting, So anyway, it kind of worked out. But.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good one for this time of year. About it's a time of wonder that's even more pronounced if you look for it. There's as I've talked about in a recent Insider, there's also a lot of big emotions and complicated feelings and some sadness and all that mixed in, but there's still wonder, and maybe even more this time of year than any other. So,
well, as Martha said, there's like a meteor shower. I know there's been a lot of northern lights being sighted. We haven't not been able to see it from our property, but I keep looking.
Yeah.
But if you're the type to go out, if you're in the northern hemisphere here, I think there's a lot of wonder just waiting outside. So
there you go.
Kind of neat.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Well, speaking of this art, do I have? Oh yeah. So the mini print is now currently available.
All right. Little guy here
on our website, and even though the original is not for sale, we do have a gallery canvas print that is the exact same size as the original. That is also on the lemonade stand as of today. If you and man, they look really good. The canvases.
I think we've told you guys this before, but maybe you haven't heard us say that when it came time to find a company to do the reprints of the gallery canvases, Jason did extensive Enneagram 5 research that just was crazy, ordering from all sorts of companies, comparing them to the originals. So you're very pleased with how these turned out.
Yeah, I think they look great. So
very, very close to the original.
Yep.
So that's a good confidence in our manufacturer on that.
So what else? Okay. Oh, so the fall collection of prints, which are over there, are December 17th is the end of that. So we got 3 more days left on those. There's 2 from Kim, 2 from me, and then those will no longer be available. And then we also, it's like kind of the time of year for some fun releases. So we kind of thought we should do a Happy Holidays collection. And who is that up there? Dave Timmerman. He's got his Rudolph up there.
Oh, yeah.
So Rudolph is
just
back
for a
for a
little
limited
bit.
time, and this one I think Stephen Saki was the one who recommended us to put out.
This is an old piece of art that you made digitally.
Yes,
right.
It says "Best Gift Ever." It's a little manger underneath the Christmas tree there.
Thank you, Stephen, for that inspiration.
This one was a special art that I made for Wonder Night a few years ago. Is the Be Optimistic Wonder Night edition. It's got the stars and sparkliness all over it.
Someone owns the original. Is it Leah?
Yeah, I think Leah owns the original of that one. And then I love these two new ones from Kim.
This is our backyard. So those of you who were here in our backyard, this is what it looked like the first winter we lived here. So that's kind of a fun little moment. And many of you have heard me talk about the joys that we have with our cutout cookies. That's a big tradition I have with the kids, and something my mom did with me. So this one says baking memories. This one says peace on earth.
Yeah,
was the snow scene.
What's kind of cool. Oh yeah, then there's the Santa Marty. Little penguin where Marty is bringing a little gift. And what I think is cool about the holiday ones, because these are kind of smaller, is those acrylic block frames that we have. I know my parents have a couple of them on their kitchen kind of bar that separates the living room from the kitchen. And it's like one of those things you can swap out really easily for holiday decorations and then put something else in there for later. So, we thought it's sort of like our pumpkin spice latte. It's like our little holiday prints that are available only until, those are only around till December 31st. So, and the evening show will be around until January 31st, so a little over a month for that one. And then of course the Celebrate Everything calendar, about almost that time of year where you turn the calendar and you're like, oh my gosh, there's no more calendar left. If you haven't already gotten that, please do. Rachel, we had a staff meeting the other day, and she said she bought a bunch for the entire school, like all her kids, all the people that are involved with the kid coaches and this and that. And she said, what I love about it is, 20? You buy 20 and you get them for $10 each. And she's like, the perceived value of them is $25. So it's like a super nice gift versus like, here's a $10 gift card that's literally $10 to Starbucks, right? So I thought that was a really good...
Well, she also said something that anybody who works with kids, I'm curious about this one, but she said the teachers...
I couldn't believe.
I know, the teachers have been kind of wording on the street that they're sick of Starbucks cards. I'm like, really? Who's sick of a Starbucks cards? But they're just like,
I guess if you get 20 of them,
you know?
it's
so
like...
she's like, I had to do something a little different because they're kind of sick. It just kind of feels like a transaction. It doesn't feel thoughtful anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's cool to hear that.
So there you go. There is our last shameless plug of the year. Now it's time to pull out your crayons, colored pencils, markers, ballpoint pen, and something to write with, something to write on. Let's draw. Oh, do I have a fun one for you guys tonight? All right, this might be weird. All right, this might be a weird one, but I was like, I want to do a weird one. I want to do something a little bit different. So, the hardest part, and I talk about this a lot. So, everyone's drawing looks a little different, and that's part of the magic of this. Okay, so I'm drawing kind of the idea of what you should model after, but this in particular, this opening shape, there's no real good way to simplify it for people. All right. So I'm just going to draw it. I'll just tell you right now, it looks a little bit like a pear, right? So like a pear is a little more bulbous at the bottom and thinner at the top, right? So basically, if you do anything similar to this, and again, if yours looks wonky,
that's all right.
Look at mine. Mine's a little wonky there, and that's okay. But see how I was like, there's no like draw a partial S or, it's like, I mean, you could draw a circle and then a bigger circle and then you erase out the middle part if you really want to do that. But okay. Next step, Once you get that, that's literally the hardest part of this entire drawing.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean it's not going to get any less weird from here on out. Probably going to get more weird. All right, let's draw a circle here.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to draw a line, curved line like that. All right. And now we're going to draw a little oval right here. Okay. Now we're going to draw another line, curved line like that. And we're going to draw a line from the oval down. Okay. And now we're going to draw a line that looks like this. And then another one on the other side. This, boys and girls, is what we call symmetry.
The same on both sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let's draw little baby arrows at the top of those lines. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna draw another curved line right here. Almost looks like a little football. And then we're gonna do the same thing, symmetry again on that side.
Okay.
All right. Let's put a little dot here and a little dot here.
I think they're starting to get it. Who this
Okay.
is.
You get kind of figuring it out. This is I'm just pleased with myself with the name of this. All right, we'll get to that in a
With
second.
the name?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's draw a line like that.
What?
It can just be a straight line. It doesn't have to be curved. Okay. Just put a little tail at the end, and then let's put a couple other little tails in here, like a little bushy eyebrow. Okay.
Oh boy. Anybody else have some interesting lines there?
We're going
Or
to draw
just me?
a little curl up here.
Oh, okay.
Yours looks good. I think yours looks better than mine.
Oh,
I think it looks
wow.
better, more in what I was going for. Then another little whoosh over here, and then we'll do another one up here. All right. Now this is what I call guacamole Grinch. It is an avocado, but in the shape, it's like the Grinch face.
Guacamole Grinch.
Guacamole Grinch. So if you first started the first couple things, it's like it's an open guacamole.
So when you were telling us it was
I should say it's an avocado. Avocado.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like technically for the nerds out there, be like, it's not avocado, it's avocado, not guacamole. Okay, but guacamole and Grinch, the alliteration is there, so that's
that's good.
artistic license. So I'm going to.
All right, we get to color.
I'm going to color it, and I'm going to color mine avocado style.
Of course, I immediately think of Kara's car, Joey Guacamole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little shout out to our
cars that are named, fun names. I'm sure, being that we're all Adultitis Fighters, I'm sure she's not the only person watching that has a car with a name.
That would be another show and tell someday, is to show us a picture of your vehicle if it has a name and what is the name, right? That'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those drawings that if you don't color it, it has way less meaning. Would you agree with that?
It's a
it
little
needs the color.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, if you feel like your color game is a little weak, don't hesitate. Even at the grocery store, they have like Crayola, right?
Yeah.
There's you could go real basic. Oh, good. Okay, I was going to see what you're doing in the middle there.
Yeah, you can go full on green if you want, but I was like, well, I'm calling it guacamole Grinch. I kind of feel like I got to put the little pit in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the kids are going to like this one.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yes. I think all three kids like guacamole now. Is that
yeah,
true?
I don't know if all three, but we're pretty close.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
The color, the texture, there's a lot of anti-kid reasons not to like guacamole at the beginning. But then when you just keep introducing it, they're like, oh, this actually tastes really good. And then before you know it, you don't get any guacamole.
All right, here's a little fun tip if you want to up your realism game. If you're using colors and whatever color you're using for the most of his face, if you go a little darker and give a little shading right here, because this is actually the pit and it raises up. So it's going to cast a little bit of a shadow here.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
And so if you kind of throw that in there, it'll just add a little bit. And you could also add a little highlight in the opposite side. Oops, let me get this.
I love how busy everyone is. If you look up, everybody's just like,
Yeah.
leave me alone, I'm working.
It's riveting. It's riveting television, that's for sure, right?
Why do they keep talking? I want to finish this.
Just a video of people looking down. All right, I think I'm coming to a landing here.
This turned out cool. What do you guys think? Is yours turning out good? Yeah? Rich is clapping. Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought of that. I'm like, well, I kind of want to draw like Grinch, but I didn't want to just like draw the Grinch because the Grinch is a drawing. And so I was like,
oh, yeah, good point.
What would be a mashup? Ooh, did you get that mashup? Steven, did you like that? Steven liked that. Yeah.
Guacamole, baby. Here's my little guy. Let's see. Is it time?
Yeah, we can see. I want to see if I can see. Oh, look at Paul. Nicely done.
Wow.
Kara, good job. Julianne, well done.
Aw,
Dave,
Angela.
love it. Mary Beth.
Linda.
I see Martha. Rich, I see Rick.
Victoria.
Linda,
So
good job.
cute. Aw.
Victoria. Walt. What is going on with that? Is that blue? You got? Is that okay? That's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna say anything else about that.
Oh, Amy. Wait, Amy's disappeared, and then Amy disappeared.
Oh, she disappeared. The tree ate her.
Amy!
The tree ate her. Oh my God, this is not good. That tree just ate her.
See if you can hold yours up, Amy, because I want to see. It's really hard. It's like disappearing. That is so funny. Aw. Oh, that technology just doesn't. I don't get how it doesn't work like that. I don't understand why Amy's gone.
Well, because her face is gone, probably. That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where were we? It's all falling apart now. We're concerned that Amy got eaten by her.
She's
Christmas
good.
tree.
She's good.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Let's. Well, we've got some drawings from previous shows.
Good job, you guys.
The last official Escape Adulthood Live we did was Halloween, so we did the Mummy.
That's right.
Mummy hula mum. I don't remember what I called it one, but he's kind of doing the hang ten.
That's super cute.
I have no recollection of why I did that.
Well, we talked about Hawaii. I don't know.
Probably. So long ago. Anywho, I think Steve literally did this on a napkin, which sometimes I say, like, just pick the back of an envelope or a napkin, and he did. So kudos for that. Lynn Major.
And she's on tonight.
She gave her mummy had she's got some swag.
Yes.
I think
some attitude
if I remember
there.
her email, she said, "This is what I would look like if I was a mummy."
Okay.
Which I appreciated that. And then Steven had his, and of course he always adds something to it, takes it to the next level, as always he's doing literally right now, I'm sure.
Yep.
Whatever will come in the Grinch is gonna be excellent. So
often punny, you know.
Yes, thank you. And anyone who is watching this as a replay, even if this aired way back 85 years ago.
Oh,
well,
wow.
no, we'll be dead. We'll be dead. Let's just say this aired 5 years ago. Email us. I would love to see your drawing. I love to see the drawings, you guys.
Yes.
You guys.
Super fun.
Your version of this. So thank you for that. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, got a few more things.
I'm
to get
super
to
excited for what's next. I have to tell you. Can I do a quick little prelude to this, or are you moving on to the...
We'll get to it.
Okay,
We'll get to it. Yep. All right, Adultitis Fighters, keep an eye out for. Oh, geez, that elf just
Wait,
threw
do it again. I missed it.
Too late. You missed it.
Well,
I showed you earlier. Okay. You'll have to watch the replay. I've got some memes. All right, our meme of the month. I don't always wrap Christmas gifts, but when I do, it looks like a 6-year-old did it. I don't know. I always think of Bergner's. Who remembers Bergner's? This old show,
like
right? Yeah.
Marshall Fields,
like
right?
People that worked there and they would wrap. I feel like when I was a little kid, I saw them wrap a present, and it was like magic. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, it's just like perfect, and the cut. Like, I cut things and it gets all ripped.
Well, they have the sharp scissors probably. We never.
And they probably also have good wrapping paper. I mean,
Yeah.
Ours is like 99¢, and it like rips and all. Yeah. So I related to this. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
I related to this. But being, this time of year, I kind of thought I was going to be generous. And I thought, why stop with one meme of the month?
I thought you were going to do something with Three Musketeers. You're going to be generous?
Nobody's that generous. Come on. But I thought, why not have one more meme? And this is for any nerds who are wrestling fans out there. You'll appreciate this. This is the Nature Boy Ric Flair front of the Christmas tree compared to the back of the Christmas tree. I don't know if anyone can relate to that. The back gets the ornaments that are not really that popular. It's a little sparse.
Yep.
Maybe if you have a tree that has some bad spots to it, that's
the back.
It's not good. Yeah, not good. So it's quite a difference. It's a tree.
I don't know how many people are wrestling fans that are here tonight.
That one was just for me.
It was okay.
That's just for me. Yep.
Good to clarify that.
Yeah. I know Bill Falsgraf will get that one. He's not on tonight, but I'll have to send that to him.
You'll have to reach out to Bill and laugh about that.
More importantly, I wanted to share something. We kind of got wind of this recently, and we were like, wait, what? What is this?
I literally was on my couch on Sunday, sinking lower into the cushions when I ran across this, and I actually reached out to Brenda, who's going to be on in just a minute, and I was like, what is happening? What are you doing? And so we had to talk about it.
Yeah, Kim was telling me about it, and I was like, is this the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life or not?
It is.
I think it might be. But so this is a fun little thing. The Snowman Village is founded by Marie Kinnear in the early 2000s as a way to feature and delight in the snowmen that came to live with her. After she passed away, Brenda inherited them and then relocated the village to southeastern Pennsylvania to continue the Snowman Village in her mom's memory. These days, Brenda manages the Snowman Village as well as Marie's Snowman Sanctuary. Yes, you heard that correct. Marie's Snowman Sanctuary, which includes all snowmen she rescues. And what caught our eye is that we saw some new additions, I think, and I'm like, we can do this. We can actually ask her to come on and tell us how this started. I'm going to see if I can bring her up here.
Did you admit John in the room?
Yeah, John is on that.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Good.
And Brenda, thank you for being with us tonight. I saw that you had there was a vote happening, an election happening with mayors. There's a recount. Tell us what is happening. And it looks like the Snowman Village is behind you. What is this all about?
Yeah, so my mother collected snowmen, and after she passed about 5 years ago, my dad asked me if I wanted to inherit the Snowman Village, and instead of having them scattered across Tennessee or in the garbage, I said, of course, I would take them home with me. And my dad had created a kind of a container for them. So this is the Snowman Village that lives on my dining room table until the spring. So most of these are my mother's snowmen. And then last year, I brought a bunch more up that did not live in the quote unquote village. And so there's a sanctuary that I've created that is not only the ones that live in the village, but also the ones that live elsewhere within my house and that still live in Tennessee with my dad and my brother. they have an honorary mayor every year, and yes, there was a tie this year, and then when the election official, my cat Zena, came. Actually, this is breaking news to all of you. She took out one of the two tie winners, and so we'll officially announce that we have Miss Marcy, who is the official mayor for this year of the Snowman Village.
Okay, I have so many questions. First of all,
my heart is growing 100 times the size. Right.
So this was a thing your mom started. Did she call it a sanctuary, or was it just like she loved snowmen and she collected them? Like what? How did it begin with her?
Yes, she likes snowmen, so she started collecting them, and she had kind of a like an island. Was it a gas fireplace? Kind of stuck out, and so my dad created a little section for them to live on that during the winter months. And so that's where she would put most of her snowmen, but the rest of them were also scattered throughout the house.
Was this a thing that you also enjoyed with her? Like, because that's the other thing. Is so when she passes away and your dad's like, okay, who wants this? And we all know, like our parents, they can have stuff and the kids are like, I don't want that. And sometimes it is really valuable, meaningful, and sometimes it's not. And so what it feels like is like, I don't know if you liked it or not, but it feels like you've definitely embraced it as this really cool way to like honor your mom, but also you're creative with it. Like some of the posts that you share about the characters that you make up, and it just seems like a really fun thing that feels like you're taking it to another level, but I'm curious about your mindset behind it and why you decided to take them and how this turned into this.
So my mom, she liked snowmen. So of course, with anyone that you know that says they like something, suddenly everyone's giving you everything there is to know about that particular item. So, especially my brother and I would give her snowmen, and at least one or two type things for Christmas or her birthday. And then my dad, kind of the Grinch in him, kind of said they have to have a purpose. So then we started with the spoon rests and the cookie jars and whatnot. And then my brother and I turned that into all of the snowmen have a purpose of making my mom smile. So oftentimes they came with their own names, and they may have come with a backstory. And if they don't, I have created backstories and names for them. And so, like you said, highlighted them on a Facebook page. But yeah, we both, my brother and I especially, part of it was we like snowmen as well. And also to be able to really embrace what my mom loved about them. And I feel like every year when I get them all out and I, unwrap them and, kind of fix their hats or their brooms or whatnot, and, take little fuzzies off of them before I put them down and I talk to them all. I really feel like I am, channeling my mom and how she would have interacted with each and every one of them.
That's cool.
You guys see why we brought Brenda on tonight, right? I mean, isn't this just amazing? I know. Amy is clapping exactly how I felt.
And what I love too is like if you don't know Brenda, it's like she has if you don't mind me saying, your job you've mentioned is like it's a job. It's fine. Like it's fine, but it's not like you're a Hollywood writer or a comedian or some traditional creative thing. And it's just like this cool example to me of how everyone is creative, and to be able to like have an outlet that it doesn't have to be a job, it doesn't have to be a career, it doesn't even have to be a year-long hobby. And I just think it's a side of you that I haven't seen before that I love. And I'm like, well, it doesn't surprise me necessarily. It's just cool to see. And I think it's especially because I had written recently about, when you lose loved ones and the holiday, and what kind of things can you do to honor them and remember them. And this was like, wow, this was such a cool example of one way to do that in a very specific, heartfelt way. So,
and I think it beautifully celebrates both wonder and whimsy. The wonder of these little characters and how you are celebrating their uniqueness, and then just having the whimsy of this being in your home and delighting in each of their little personalities. And the mayor gets voted, and the cat's involved, and so we love it, Brenda. Thank you.
One more question. I'm curious. What do you think your mom would think of this?
She would be absolutely delighted. She would have been delighted at the whole Escape of Adulthood, because I discovered it right after, about a year and a half after she passed. She would love Wonder Whimsy, and the fact that I've taken it to the next level, like you said, and made sure they all have names and backstories, and that I just created a whole like mini world where not only do I get to enjoy them, but also, honor her. I think she would be just tickled.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
And this really could be a children's book that's getting talked about in the comments.
Yeah.
So if this is, we do know a couple illustrators. So
yeah.
But thank you so much.
If anyone wants to adopt one and give me the story and then back, their names, I would be happy to select ones, especially the ones that moved up from Tennessee last year. None of them have names yet, and none of them have stories yet. Or at least, I'm sorry, they haven't told me their names and stories yet. So I'd be happy to introduce anyone to kind of see what they can learn and share with me.
I think our daughter Virginia would be all over this. I've not really showed her this yet, so this is,
the ones from Tennessee, were those were also your mom's? They were just kind of separate from somewhere. So will there be new ones that are added to the sanctuary, or is it
like for Brenda's
like
collection?
brand new? Yeah, brand new ones.
Question.
Not that we're suggesting everyone flood you with snowmen, but like if you find some out and about in your travels.
So I have some of my own that have not been introduced to the village, but are part of the greater sanctuary.
Okay.
There are some that were collected last year, but my dad or brother vetoed them moving north, so they still live in Tennessee. And again, it's a sanctuary, so while this is the village itself, the sanctuary is for any snowmen that don't have homes, so that they don't get stuck in whether it's a landfill or they melt. I'd be happy to, I'm collecting any and all snowmen before they get discarded.
I think she just gave us a green light to send her every snowman we ever find. You heard it here first.
John might not agree with that point, but yes.
Tell John.
Brenda, thank you so much for doing this and for sharing it with us. You are a true adultitis fighter, and we thank you for giving us some holiday cheer.
We love you. She was just giving us a shot of it all. That was,
there you go. Yes, there we go.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Can you pull that up?
Let me put this up there. Okay. Yeah. There's the aerial view, drone coverage overhead of the Goodyear blimp of the village.
Oh, that is really significant as far as the. Is this John's camera?
Oh, must be. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, thank you, cameraman. Appreciate
nice
it.
Job. Oh, you guys. That is one of my favorite things. It kind of reminds me of, Christmas morning kind of thing where like you. Oh,
sorry about that.
Yeah, you get to reveal something and you're like, wasn't that so cool? Oh, Brenda.
That was super cool.
Very, very cool. Thank
All
you
right.
for doing
Well,
that.
we need to wind this down. We're just about at the end, but we have a couple giveaways.
Yes. Okay, how cool is it that we said dress festive and everyone dressed festive? So, as we were discussing who's going to get these prizes, everybody this was really, really cool. So we did pick a few people for prizes, but honestly, you guys all did great tonight. You want to talk about that one first?
Yeah, so we're going to give away we're being generous here.
Looks like we're in the snow.
I know, you like this little
look at this.
There's a little snowman. I didn't even plan that.
You
It just
didn't?
kind of worked out. Yep. So there you go.
That's rad.
It's meant to be. Also, it looks like Grinch is just.
Oh, he's in
like,
it
right
with us. Yeah, look at that, you guys. Aw.
There you go.
I could just play with this all night.
Yeah. So, well, we'll be here all night just playing with our toys. So we wanted to give more than just one. It's that time of year. We're more than one little prize. So we've got our handy dandy. We haven't talked about these in a while. Our $20 lemonade stand gift cards. What do we used to call them? Something. One of our kids.
Comfy.
Cozy?
Cozy.
Yes!
Yeah, cozy. Thank you,
That's
Jennifer.
old school.
Cozy. Yeah,
That
that's
goes
how
back.
it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first of all, I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, Brenda. I think she got bumped out, but she's back.
Okay.
We wanted to give one to Brenda as a thank you for being willing to come on and
We asked her
share.
today, by the way. So
Yeah,
she
last
was
minute.
very, very
Do you
like
think Brenda would
accommodating.
talk? Because we were all going to write something up. I'm like, wait, this is going to be on Zoom.
See if she can show us.
She's going to be here. We'll just ask her ourselves. Like that's how it should be. So Brenda, thank you. We're going to send you a gift card, and then we also have another special one I would like to award to Mr. Stephen Sawkey, because I am almost positive this is show number 114. I think he has submitted at least 110, if not 114, Let's Draw drawings. I mean, he has been every time. And like I said, I think he may have missed one or two, but it's
we can't
tremendous.
prove it. We
And
can't
he
prove
always
it.
puts so much effort into
Yeah.
it. So
Is there a way we can see him?
let me get this.
We have a different view on right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, where is he? Aw, thank you,
There
Steven,
he is, yeah.
for all of the contributions. Aw, right? So we're going to send a little $20 gift card to you as well for all of the and I got a chance to sit with his sketchbook at the Wonder Whimsy family reunion and look through them all, which is just a joy. So what a thrill.
Yeah, and then we also are going to give away a few prizes for best dressed, most festively dressed, and this is
tough.
Impossible. So it's really not a. We picked a few that stood out to us, and you want to reveal?
Yeah,
who-
so Dick and Linda, there they are. We immediately saw your Christmas sweaters and your hat and your snowman there. So we're gonna throw out a little gift card for you guys. Thanks for dressing up tonight. And then we also thought Nick Hawley with his awesome cowboy hat there. That is super
pretty
rad. Thank you for bringing that one out. And Mary as well.
Mary Amiki. Is that how you say your? Is that how you say? Let's get you on here. Get you on, Mary.
I don't think we've ever heard your name pronounced.
Yeah, well, I can't even pronounce it correctly. It was my married name. It's pronounced actually you kind of swallow the GH, but I just say Amigi because
Amigi. Okay.
Yeah.
Aww.
All right. Well, I don't know what it is you are wearing, but it is tremendous and
Well, this
very.
was last minute.
There you go.
I didn't have
This is
any.
the
I
bow.
didn't have like a festive, and I needed a hat because my hair looks like yuck.
I just think sometimes the last minute, I'm just willing to just do this
Because they said to wear something fun.
Yeah,
right?
so now I'm just going to do that, and it was very childlike. So,
Yes.
but thank you to everyone who.
I know.
This is almost everyone is dressed up in something. So, thank you all for playing along. We've gone longer than normal, which is
this was a fun night. Thank you guys.
Is fun, but we're gonna hang out in the backstage for a little bit with our Wonder and Whimsy people. But be sure to, if you're not already an insider, I would imagine everyone on here already is. But if anyone's watching the replay, if you want to see, this time of year we get a little bit of time off. We're in birthday season, we're in Christmas season, then we kind of take some time off. We have a retreat at the beginning of the year, just the two of us. We already have some kind of exciting things planned for next year. And so if you want to be in the loop on what kind of cool things are going on, be sure you get onto our newsletter list. It's free, escapeadulthood.com/subscribe. We've got some exciting things up ahead, and yeah, I can't say too much about it, but we're tinkering.
Yes, we are tinkering, and we have a really cool coach that we've been working with to kind of give us some new ideas. So it's going to be exciting. So I hope you're along for the ride of where the adventure is heading. So yeah, is that it?
I think that's it. That is it for this show. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and keep being awesome. Take care, everybody. Merry Christmas.